Huawei has today officially brought to the market the new Y6 Prime for 2019. It will cost 13,490 Kenya shillings, recommended retail price, and it's an interesting offer from the company because I think it's the first time the company is in this segment, below 15,000, but above 10,000. I'm not sure. It has 2 gigs of RAM, 32 GB of internal storage, a 3020 milliamp battery. It's the first phone from the company to run Android 9. And let's see what you get inside the box. So we have the amber brown version, the one that looks like leather at the back. It feels plastic, but it's also like some sort of, I don't know how durable this material will be, but I'm hoping it will be good. Inside the box there is this that has a protector and some paperwork and the SIM ejector tool. I also have the charger that's 5 volts, 1 amps, so not really fast charging, and the USB cable. There's nothing else, but the retail version should have the earphones. So that's the 13 megapixel single back camera with a flash, the fingerprint scanner, the SIM ejector, the SIM card place and the memory card place. At the bottom there is the speakers and the micro USB charging port. At the top there is one microphone and the headphone jack. So there should be a front camera over here and the speaker grill, the flash, front flash should be somewhere around here. Let's turn it on. So it comes running Android 9. It's the first one, I believe, from Huawei this year in the Y series to come running Android 9. It also has EMUI version 9 on top of Android. So the wallpaper is made to go with the theme of the brown, I think. I'm not sure if you buy a blue one, you'll get the same blue wallpaper or the same wallpaper. But yeah, this is the home screen. As is usual with Huawei, there's no up drawer unless you set it from in the settings. So we have to go to settings and manually add the wallpaper, the up drawer. So, yep. First of all, let's start with the design of the phone. It is well designed. There is this, the amber brown version comes in this sort of leather stitching. It's a plastic finish, yes, but it looks sort of leather and feels sort of smooth and nice. There's a black version, there's a blue version, I think. But I'm guessing most people will love this leather version because it looks that good. The front is also very well done because there's a dewdrop notch, as the company calls it. It's very tiny, it doesn't occupy much space, so you still have your notifications, although EMUI has pushed network settings and SIM settings to the other side, so it's quite it takes quite some space, but you will still get your notifications over there. I like this design of a notch more than the wide notches, and I'm glad the notch trend is coming to an end anyways. I like this display more than the display on the Y7 Prime. I don't know why. I feel like the display on the Y7 Prime was sort of dull, and this is a sort of better display. I'm not sure, but this looks really good because it's well laminated, I guess. The brightness and saturation are quite good. My only problem with this display is that the color accuracy sort of has some problems. For example, on Play Store, you find that the color is sort of a dark green. On this phone, it's sort of quite bright. I don't know if it's something to, I believe it's something to do with the display. So I don't believe this is the most color accurate display, but it's a good display nonetheless. It's a better display in terms of touch, feel, and look of it. And I would prefer this display to this display, but I won't trust this display for editing of photos and all that. In terms of the camera, it has a 13 megapixel single back camera and an 8 megapixel front camera. Both have flash. The flash on the front is quite hidden, and the flash at the back is this one over here. I've taken a couple of shots with this phone, so I'm going to show you some of those shots, and you can check them now. You know what to expect at certain price points. So I'm not complaining about the cameras. I'm just saying you're not getting the best of cameras out there. I sort of love the battery. It's a 3000 milliamp battery, and that's not a good battery size, but you can push hours with that, because for example, it's about 1 p.m. and I have 78%, and it's the only phone I've been carrying for the whole day through a couple of events now. And you still find that you still find that you can trust it to last a whole day. Maybe it's EMUI, maybe it's the fact that the display is not full HD, but you can trust this battery to last your full day. In terms of performance, it has the Helio A22 processor, which I've used before in a couple of phones. I've used it on the Redmi 6A and on the Lava Z8 one, both which come with 2 GB RAM, yes, and the performance has been quite good. So I know from the first few hours or first few days I've used this phone, the performance is at par with the other phones that have the Helio A22 processor. I know I can leave some apps in memory. I know I can multitask a bit. I know I can play some games. It isn't the best of processors because it's a low-end processor, but it will handle tasks quite well. The best thing about the processor, and this points to the battery life, is that it is very good on battery. It doesn't heat, it has good standby, the battery. So I think that's credited to the processor being that good with battery. I love that processor. Overall, I will choose this phone, I guess, over the Y7 if I had a limited budget, because they look quite the same. They're not like very different devices. They look quite the same. And I prefer that this comes with Android 9, because Android 9 has done EMUI very well. There is a couple of things, new things. There's digital well-being that will control your usage of your smartphone so that you don't stay addicted to your phone. For example, you can set screen times for different apps. You can set an overall screen time, but if your phone is used for more than 6 hours, you are reminded to do something perhaps more productive. You can also set up time so that you can't use Facebook for more than 30 minutes and all that. It's good if you have kids and all, because you can restrict their usage of their smartphone. I like that EMUI 9 feels sort of lighter and cleaner, though it comes with a couple of bloatware apps. There's Booking.com and another app which you can easily uninstall. And I sort of really prefer using this EMUI version, EMUI 9, to EMUI 8 that came with the Y7, because on the Y7 I had to install a launcher. You can see I'm using an Action launcher because I couldn't arrange things the way I wanted. There was different sort of swipe gestures that I didn't want, and they were included with the launcher. On this, you just get a clean launcher. If you want to swipe down notification, you pull down from your fingerprint scanner. And talking of the fingerprint scanner, it's very fast, very efficient. Huawei said something about the speakers, that they are very loud. I can't find a way to test that, because you'll be listening to this in different forms, but I didn't find them to be quite as loud as they were saying. What I found to be good, the call quality is good. You can use it for listening. If you want to listen to a podcast, for example, you don't want to use earphones, it's quite good on that, but they're not like the best of speakers out there at this price point. I like that both have very small, they're not very small, but they have quite thin bezels all around, and the chin is also quite small. And I like that at these price points, especially at this price point, it's a very well designed smartphone. I believe this is good value for money. You're not getting, I would prefer, for example, to get 3 gigs of RAM instead of 2 gigs of RAM, but I don't believe that's a very big stretch. You will not be losing any serious performance, and you won't be getting bad battery life of that. You won't be getting a bad display. It's like an averagely really all-round good smartphone. So you are getting a good deal when you're paying 13,499.90 for this phone. For the amount of time I've been using this phone, it's a good phone, and I would easily recommend it for anybody who wants to get a Huawei phone under 15K. It looks good, it performs quite well, the battery life is quite good, the display is good, the design is good, it stands out, and that's a good thing for anybody getting a smartphone, because a smartphone is not just for the use, sometimes it's also for the looks. There are people who prefer good looking smartphones, and this is a good looking smartphone, especially if you get the amber brown version with the fake leather stitching. It looks good and it feels good. Also, I'd like to mention that it is very light compared to the Y7 Prime. Very, very light, significantly lighter, and quite thin. It's overall a really good looking smartphone, and the fact that it's a 6-inch display also makes it quite standard. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, dislike it. Feel free to subscribe and support this channel, and you can read my first thoughts and full review on the website in the coming few days. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching.